side. But right now, my friends, they're up against Kise and Seven, who had quite the upset to be able to get up until this point. And I've got to say, do not sleep on Kise. Do not sleep on Seven at all, because they caused some issues that last game.
Yeah, Kise's play with the Taros has been absolutely phenomenal, and we're seeing some more of the same here, especially from him. The movement has been great. He's been staying out of the offensive from blue team for the most part, starting to get caught up in Godly's wrath a little bit now, though. Stomp Sayre, he's going to slide that in there, and so much force against Blaze, taking him all the way over the left side of the map. Seven's cleaning up that first stock, and here we go. It's very early, but red team has got themselves a slight little lead here, but blue team is coming back with it. We see the attacks coming out. Seven fighting back over an arm, being sit way out, and there's Kise's first stock, and Seven is going to follow as well, give the lead back to blue team.
That's right. This is a fantastic lead to open off with, and Seven is going off stage and looking to make Godly suffer. Godly coming back on with that recovery. Seven sliding off with that D-Light, and Godly just says, hey, I'm gonna hang out off stage until you once again commit off stage without a weapon, and I will use that as an opening to get damage and get back onto the stage again and again.
You know, I was in my mind, I was questioning the Kaya pick from Godly, but I think that all the defense and all that speed is helping him out in spades going up against this Taros from Kise. Oh my goodness, Godly, oh my god. And Blaze coming down to finish it off with a Sayre of his own, and now blue team is officially sat down in the driver's seat here in game number 1.
Gets that side light. Okay, try to poke at that end light as well. Backing off here for a second. Okay, looking through the neutral. Just playing nice and patiently on the ground itself. Kise, really nice D-Light to be able to anti-air. Sido just to be able to swap them away. Both blue team members briefly on the left side of the screen. But that end light, that amazing interruption from Blaze, that is the assist player that Blaze, he is just so good at. He knows how to support a teammate.
Oh, he just threw that side sting out like that and just stood there and stared it in the face. Godly gonna go ahead and take out that stock in a 3-stock victory for Godly and Blaze against Seven and Kise in game number 1. That was, I mean,
Godly with an end light, and then Blaze was just able to swoop in there and get in between the 2 hits of it. If you can mitigate that kind of damage output from Axe, you are effectively really doing some damage to the opponent's damage output. You are making it as difficult as possible for them to deal damage. When you have that level of synergy, when you have that level of game presence, you have to be on top of it. But right now, Kise off stage, GC D-Light into the cider while I was busy yapping. Goodness, what a way to close off a stock.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of just watching Godly down in neutral as he's being very calm and collected, very calculated in his movements here, and really utilizing that speed from the Kaya. Nice gravity cancel side sig is going to go and pick up Seven. You know what? He threw Blaze out of harm's way. You know, that was totally calculated. Oh, big recovery. Not going to be enough to take Blaze off of his second stock yet, but Blaze is in trouble. Red team completely on their first stock. Blaze being taken down to his final, and it's about to be all on Godly's shoulders here before too long.
You know, I feel like you don't see a lot of Rayman and Sigs like connect often. I don't know if that's because I'm living under a rock, but I feel like Seven has connected more Rayman, Gauntlet, and Sigs than I've seen in quite some time at least. At the moment though, Seven is playing nice and patiently off stage. Seven and Kise, they've still got quite the stock lead for them.
Yes, they absolutely do. This is still doable for blue team though. But I mean, we talked about it. This is exactly what we saw in last set. Seven and Kise coming out here and making things happen. Nice Sayre, fadeaway Sayre coming back down the stage. Another one connecting. Stomp Sayre. Kise, chill out. So much damage was just put out from the hammer on Kise in that last 20 seconds as he swaps over. Neutral air from Godly. He's going to try and find his way back up on stage. Got the side light coming off. Ooh, what an interaction there. And it is going to be accredited to Kise for the knockout. Ooh, Godly is just going to go fall down. And now we have 4 stocks to 1. This wasn't just a win for red team here. This was a dominating win in game number 2. I mean, that's assuming Godly can't pull this together, but this is a little rough, even if you're Godly.
You can't write an obituary for your living grandpa still. He might be, 95 years old and every day game might be his last, but Godly is still in the game. You can't talk about the past tense yet. You can't do that preemptively, Slow-Mo.
I mean, 4 stocks to 1. I don't know, man. It gets a little gnarly sometimes. And here we go. Oh, washing machine getting desperate here, coming back up on stage.
All right, pull the plug.
There it is.
Okay.
Yep,
And
yep.
Sig
Grandpa's
off the top.
done. Grandpa's done. Go ahead and take him off
Yeah.
life support because that is a wrap.
He had a good run. He had a good run, I have to say.
You know, 95 years
You
is a
know-
long time. You're right, Dara.
I do think the idea of an obituary just saying, oh yeah, he had a good run. He did well, GG's. Those will be my last words when I, But going into the next game, what we got here, we see any switch offs. I feel like we got a little more even for a second. We're talking about video games, okay? We're talking about Brawlhalla after all. What happened? Red team had no trouble KOing that game at all. And especially Kise again. Kise just sealed out so many of those knocks.
Yeah, he really on that Taros is just a force to be reckoned with. We see him bouncing up in the air now. Okay, Godly getting a little bit going off the right side. Kai is trying to get that slide charge, neutral sig again coming off stage. We saw him hit that in the last set. Blaze coming off the top of that soft platform, caught with the side sig. Kise, though, continuing to show no fear, going up in the air against Blaze. Blaze, though, stepping back, hitting that signature, putting some pressure on Kise. And we're seeing Blaze and Kise kind of being stuck to each other right now as they continue to go back and forth. Godly getting sent out by a monster Sair off the axe. Blazy fighting back unarmed, and that Sair is going to take him all the way out to the left side. Not enough to confirm. He's going to get that weapon drop right there in front of him. And coming back with a Sair, taking Kise off. Can he finish up the stock? He can. Double knockout for Blaze and give blue team back the lead.
Blaze sweep, that was excellent. Just immediately converting that into the ground pound to be able to get the other opponent as well. And Blaze does not stop putting on all the pressure onto Seven. And Kise saying, hey, I would like to land. Can I please have an opening to land? And they're making it as difficult as possible for Kise to do anything at the moment. Seven gets shoved to the side of the stage. Blaze misses the follow-up with the axe sider off Godly's delight, but it does not matter. Blaze got so much extra credit. Godly is running away, making sure he's not getting 2v1. And this is an amazing lead for blue team.
Absolutely. No, I really think that's what they need to do. They need to keep their sights on Kise whenever possible and get him out of here. He is the one who's been racking up so much damage, finding those knockouts. And I don't want to take anything away from Seven at all, but Kise, his movement, the way he's finding those Sairs, finding those knockouts, it has been devastating for blue team. Okay. See, there we go again. It has been devastating for blue team in this set so far, and they need to focus in on him and get that Taros out of here.
They're making this comeback. They're playing amazing at the moment. Kise, right now, going off stage, jumping back on, a little too committal. Godly just able to swat him away like nothing else. Seven also going to be knocked down last stock, but at the moment, this is not a bad team for Red, bad lead, for Red team to have at all. They're looking quite comfortable.
Oh, absolutely not. Oh, what a scoop up there in the sky. If Godly was just a little more damaged, that could have been curtains for him. Oh, Blaze is absolutely going nuts in the sky against Kise. Godly, got the full extension on that combo and going straight back over, gonna pick up Kise to put some more damage on him. Godly's warming up a little bit here. Sidelight gonna find a tome. Godly with the ground pound off stage. Kise finds a Sair, makes his way back up on stage, catches both the blue team members in that Sair. That's going to send him out. It's all up to Seven here. Now, both members of blue team a little damaged, but Godly off stage. There we go. That Nair is going to go ahead and finish it up, and that puts Godly and Blaze up 2-1 going into game number 4.
A bit of an emotional roller coaster in that game, right? Because it was like, oh yeah, Godly, Blaze sweep, and then Seven and Kise had a little bit of hope, only for it to be taken away. Godly and Blaze, they played phenomenal that game. The KO potential, their synergy, everything. I feel like I keep sounding like a broken record when I keep talking about their synergy. But they do assist each other just that well. They keep interrupting their opponents. They follow up off of each other so well. And the biggest thing, it's not in the big combos. It's in the small interactions. It is in your ability to be able to really, really quickly throw out a two-piece combo. A two-piece, every single time you will lap two opponents in damage. Look how short-lived Kise and Seven stocks were.
I was getting ready to say it. I was getting ready to say it. That second stock told the entire story of that game. That was unfortunate for blue team. If he could have got a little more out of that second stock, I think we might have seen a different outcome in that game. But unfortunately, he got cooked on that second stock, so we are now fighting game number 4 with Seven and Kise being at the disadvantage.
Okay, Seven looking for that sidelight. Kai's looking for that end sig. Not going to be able to fight it quite yet, though. Just stuck off stage. Blaze, yep, just going to be patrolling it. Telos still hanging on to a stock. If you ever wondered how a Telos can survive that long, don't worry, me too. Kai's.
Oh! Great signature from Agave there, picking that up, and he's going to lay down another one, sending Seven flying. No confirmation, though, as blue team tries to get their sights back on him to get that stock out of here. Godly fighting an arm. That recovery is going to have enough force. And he's not done. He's going to pick up the bow, go for a ground pound. Nice reversal from Kise, though, doing what he does best. Blaze getting dodged on with that unarmed dare. And now we're fighting back over. Little 1v1 situations here as Godly focuses back on Seven.
Okay, Godly finding the recovery, looking for a way to be able to land back down here, looking for the D-Light. Seven going off stage for the ground pound, and Kise threatening with that side A, taking off Blaze's first stock. Red team has a really good position at the moment to be able to get a lead.
They absolutely do. This is actually really close. We got a little bit of a health differential between the two teams, but not a whole lot. Seven, he extended, like he was not letting go of that down Sigdara. He was not going to give up on it. It did cost him the stock, though, as Blaze was easily able to go out there and punish it and knock it out.
Okay, Godly stuck off stage once again. How does he make it back on at this point? Seven gonna be looking for the D-Light, doesn't find it. That's the end line. Kise finding a down A, but onto Blaze and not onto Godly. Godly's stock is ready to be taken at any moment, but he is still hanging on. Kise landing back down with the side A. Blaze whipping that sidelight. Blue team is just playing keep away and they're hanging on to these stocks.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart gameplay to play, of course. I wish that down sig would have hit. Oh, no. The neutral sig going to go ahead and delete his teammate. Godly on his final stock. But Seven and Kise are very, very bruised, very battered as they finally get that stock off of Blaze. And now they are fighting for their position in top 8, fighting to stay in this tournament as they are on their final just couple, I mean, dozens of health. Is literally all they have left. Blaze gonna finish it up.
Oh no.
Godly gonna finish. Oh, I didn't think that was gonna be enough force. I mean, it was inevitable, but that was a lot of force to knock out on that top 45-degree corner. But the bow had enough to get it done. Godly 4 knockouts, 537 damage, and we see Blaze 585 damage coming off with 2 knockouts. So you can see they both carried the